All right, the temps finally going back down. I'm not so sure about this weekend. But anyway, it's the perfect time to start thinking about sprucing up our backyard.
I'm not going to be outside tomorrow. Isn't it almost 100? No, thank you. How about adding raised flower beds or even your own little garden? Tess is getting some VIP help with her DIY. She's with the garden guy. Good morning.
Good morning. You know what? The mornings right now, even though it gets warm in the afternoon, mornings are a perfect time to be working on the soil and getting your garden ready. So we are here with Dave, the garden guy, to give us some tips on how to do this. And he saw my yard and said, all right, we need to give you help because it started out with horrible soil.
You couldn't even actually break this. In fact, if you drop it.
Oh, it finally broke into little pieces. It finally broke,
but it's really tough, hard, well, what we call inorganic. It doesn't have a lot of organics in the soil itself. So what I did, well, I brought my old metal creature. That's it right there. That looks like a dangerous item. I've gone through a couple of those over my lifetime.
And it's super heavy.
It's super heavy, and it is a way to really break up soil. So now, well, take a look, Tess. We put about 6 inches of compost on top of the soil, going about 12 inches in the soil, and look at how beautiful that is. And it's one of the best ways to really garden out here in the desert Southwest is work a lot of organics into the soil.
And we put about 5 or 6 bags of soil. My husband had to go back and get more.
I'll tell you, I'm exhausted. But here's something else. Go on over and grab one of my secret ingredients over there, and it's in that white bag, and it starts with C and H right there. It's right there. It's a sugar right there, and it's right beside you. And that's another thing we added to the soil, and that sugar stimulates what we call microbial activity. And this microbial
And I was
activity,
shocked to hear about sugar.
I know, it's crazy. But we put about 5 pounds of this on this area. About 5 to 20 pounds per 100 square feet is the ideal situation. So what we got a fairly small garden here.
What does that do?
That stimulates microbial activity and causes, well, I call it fermenting the garden.
Okay.
And what you're doing is you're stimulating a lot of those little, well, for lack of better terms, microbes in the soil. The more microbial active the soil is, the faster the garden's going to grow, and the less insect activity because we're going organic, right?
Yes, all organic.
So we want to stimulate microbial activity. If we go synthetic, it kills microbes. If we go organic, we stimulate microbial activity. It's one of the best ways. Show off that compost that we actually
This is what we use.
This is a bioflora compost, and it is full of all kinds of those microbes that we're talking about. And this is something you want to take a look at. When you're purchasing compost, it's real important, smell it. Just smell it. It smells good.
It smells like dirt.
It smells
and manure.
It doesn't smell like dirt and manure. It smells like fresh, almost like the forest floor, and that's what it needs to smell like. And when you purchase it, if it smells like ammonia, you're going to end up with some problems. So
you don't want chemical smelling.
No, you don't want. You want it to smell just like a forest floor. Put approximately 6 inches on top, work at about 12 inches to the ground, and you're in real good shape for really a nice garden.
Okay.
When you come back, of course, got lots of vegetables we can put in here. We want to talk about fall vegetables, and by putting in fall vegetables, what we mean, leaf, you're going to be eating the leaves,
that are leafy,
the roots, and the flowers. So we'll talk about that and a whole lot more when we come back.
All right.
Show you and have some good times with the kids, of course.
Yeah, and they're turning the dirt for us. They've been doing it all morning.
There you go.
And
I'm
we've been
get back
working
to
on
work.
the soil for a week. You keep working, and I'll keep pouring the coffee because that's what I do best. So he told me to get some garden gloves, and I said, I don't have any. I told you, we're starting from scratch here, guys.
Boy, I'll tell you one thing.
So
I'm
we'll
amazed.
see you at 9:35 to finish up and plant some garden. What's that, Scotty?
That's all right. Thanks, Tess.